Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Brown's Latest. I'm Dave Grendzynski, and when I'm not watching Jerome Ford live stream Call of Duty on TikTok, I'm here updating you on the latest news that involves our Cleveland Browns, and then we also get some opinions in on the news along the way. Thank you to everyone who has liked our episodes and who has subscribed to the channel. Now, you might be going, what is that thing, Dave? That thing is a QR code where you can scan it if you want to become a member. We had another meeting. We're going to start doing lives and things. So we're adding things to the channel, folks, and this makes it easier to get signed up. But thank you to everybody who has subscribed to the channel. We're getting close to 7,000. We'll change the fit at 7,000, and then everybody who gets the comments into the viewer comment section. And boy, oh boy. Training camp doesn't start until tomorrow, but we got plenty to talk about today. How about this? We got a message from the Browns to Quinshon Judkins, but then we also have a cryptic tweet from Shedeur that I don't think is that cryptic at all. The Browns' throwback uniforms are ranked against the others in the league, but I'm going to tell you what we can do to improve our ranking immediately. Kenny Pickett getting some harsh criticism from a Browns beat reporter who just a month or so ago was touting him as our starting quarterback. And in the viewer comments, someone compares NFL wide receivers to corporate America. Like I said, lots to unpack with a couple of surprises along the way. But the first things first, let's get through the serious stuff. The Browns saying yesterday that they are in no rush to sign Quinshon Judkins to his rookie contract or get him to camp. They are saying that, they still need to continue to investigate and gather information on his legal matter. And they stressed that not only to Judkins, but to his agent, Todd France, that Judkins must make the domestic incident a high priority over football. And so, I mean, call it what you want. It sounds to me like the Browns are, maybe distancing themselves a little bit from the situation, and they will just sit back and let the legal proceedings play out. And they're giving Quinshon all of the room he needs to do that. And I think too, maybe they're trying to make it less of a distraction to the team by doing this, trying to get out in front of it. So come training camp tomorrow, you probably are not going to see Quinshon Judkins. But we'll see. I mean, it'll be a surprise. I'd be shocked if he was there, but it doesn't look like he will. Now, we had that, but then we also had this. Everybody, and I saw this the other day, I didn't think anything of it, but everybody keeps talking about the cryptic tweet from Shedeur, where all he posted was "time will tell." Okay, yeah, time will tell. We've been saying that for 2 months, and everybody's trying to read into it all these different theories, and it's all he's saying is time will, if it's me and I got the confidence to be the starter, I tell you, time will tell. I'll be there eventually. That's what I got. He'll be the starter at some point. That's what he's saying. Not that cryptic to me. It's pretty clear. He'll be QB1 at some point. And he's telling us in his own, although I'm not a big fan because of LeBron. I'm not a big fan of the cryptic tweet. So, I mean, if you got to say it, just say it. Or just don't say it at all. I don't know. But that's me. So, anyway. All right. Now, the throwback uniforms, that's all. That was the big, oh my gosh, the helmet, the brown helmet was supposed to be revealed yesterday. And now it's supposed to be next week. Everybody thought it was going to be July 16th, and it never happened. But we're going to work through this, folks, because not only was the helmet a big topic of discussion, the throwback uniforms were ranked by CBS Sports, and we were ranked 14th. And now we're going back to the 1946 year. I dug this up from clevelandbrowns.com, but this is what the uniform is, looked like back in the day. We've had versions of this uniform before, but I don't like the way they do. I don't like the modern version of the 1946 uniform. If you're going to do the 1946 uniform, do the 1946 uniform. Now, you notice they have white helmets there. But we were ranked 14th. The Dolphins throwback uniform was voted number 1. They also love Tampa Bay. All these teams do is go back to the the Dolphins uniform doesn't really look any different to me. But Tampa Bay, they go back to the creamsicles. So, and everybody loves that. Just like Tennessee, they go back to the Oilers or whatever. They go, but it's a complete change. But so we're going 1946 this year, which is fine. But we were only ranked 14th. Here's what they said about the uniform. The Browns throwback design goes back to 46 when the franchise debuted in the All-American Football Conference. These uniforms were already sharp with the orange helmet, but became a true throwback when the white alternate helmet debuted a few years ago. The white helmet didn't have stripes in 1946, but it's a nice touch to a classic look. So that's the thing that starts the debate on the helmet. Are they going to add the stripes? Are they going to do that? Like, we worry about stuff that really doesn't need to be worried about. But anyway, the big talk is the helmet. Forget about the stripes. The helmet's supposed to be brown. And look at what Preston Battle put up there. He goes, he put these designs out there a while ago and said the Browns, reacted to this post that he put out. And so he's wondering if one of his ideas is actually going to be the helmet that's coming out. And so this is what we worry about, folks. The orange is oranger. But we're only ranked 14th as far as throwback uniforms. But I'll tell you, you know how you fix that? This is how you fix. Would be the number one throwback uniform every year. Give me the Cardiac Kids, Brian Sipe, brown jersey, orange pants, orange helmet, done. And don't try to do like we did before and 2025 Avive it. I don't need the 2025 Avive version. I need this version. Exactly as is. Put our guys in that and we'll never lose another game. My opinion. I mean, look. We were the Cardiac Kids back then, 1980, Brian Sipe. Like those, when I think Browns uniforms, that is what is in my head. That is the best Browns uniform ever, and no one's ever going to talk me off that ledge. Now, somebody might be talking Kenny Pickett off a ledge today because Mary Kay Cabot delivering some harsh news in an article. I mean, and just a month or so ago, all I kept hearing her say on the Orange and Browns podcast, this is where, the Orange and Brown podcast, this is where this comes from. But all she kept saying is, I think Pickett's going to be the guy. I think they think he's going to be the next Sam Darnold. I think he's going to be that. But then she's talking about the mini camp. And she's asked whether or not Kenny Pickett looked remarkable. And she said, I did not see it in spring ball. You didn't see it. I didn't see it. If we are saying that we did, we're kidding ourselves. We didn't see him pop. He needs to pop in training camp. I was like, oh, Mary Kay, what is going on? But she wasn't done. She doubles down. She says, you are going to have to play fast and furious, and you've got to be able to run this offense and not be thinking about it. And that's what I wonder when he talks about, I'm just getting to know the terminology, and, I'm honing my pocket presence and play action. All those kind of things. All right, Kenny. But Mary Kay says, then you can't be learning on a job. Mary Kay. What is going on? All of a sudden, this year's version of Sam Darnold is not this year's version of Sam Darnold. What happened? Never heard this throughout training camp. And, I meant to bring back the quarterback tracker today just for fun. But, his numbers weren't that good, but he also had the most numbers. Remember, more cars on the freeway, more accidents, right? He got more chances. Of course he's going to have more incompletions. Of course he's going to have more interceptions. But I don't know, man. When Mary Kay speaks, people listen. And this caught me by surprise. I don't know, maybe it doesn't catch you by surprise, but that caught me by surprise. And that tells me that, I don't know, there might be a shift going on in the quarterback room. Whether or not, I don't know. The FanDuel, I don't have my graphic today, but FanDuel still has Flacco as the favorite. So maybe she's just trying to warm everybody up to that idea that Flacco will be the guy. Pickett's still second. Flacco's minus 102. So basically even money. 10 to win 10. 10 will get you 20 on Pickett. He's plus 200. Gabriel is plus 500 in third. And then Sanders, Shedeur is plus 870. So 10 will get you 87 still on Shedeur. So not much of a change there. But I don't know. This is going to be nuts starting tomorrow. This quarterback battle is going to just consume us. It is going to, just get ready, folks. It is going to be every day. It's going to change. It's going to be minute by minute, hour by hour, day by day, play by play, pass by pass, anything, breath by breath, quote by quote. Every single thing is going to matter when it comes to this quarterback battle. It is going to be something to watch, and we'll see who comes out standing on top. Like Shedeur says, only time will tell. Now, one thing that never gets harsh criticism and is always ready to go, you guys don't need to learn the terminology. The viewer comments are always right there. And we're starting off with a good YouTube handle. 5%, 7096. I really wonder what the 5% is. But he says, Judkins will be okay. Remember Xavier Worthy, stay positive. Now, with Xavier Worthy, like there were some similar accusations, but the district attorney quickly stopped the pursuit of charges. The case was dismissed. I mean, it happened pretty fast. I think 5% is hoping for a similar situation here. But with the Browns making that statement and kind of distancing themselves from this, I don't know. I don't know if that's going to be this. We'll see. Hopefully, but we'll see. Lexilus 77. No Judkins worries. AB will get something good, some good deal for the running back room and for the quarterback room. Either Flacco or Pickett will get traded in the preseason. I don't know if we're going to trade for a running back. Honestly, here's what I think. Jerome Ford is on a show me deal, and he took that pay cut. And he's not that old. He's only 25. And so there is a scenario, if we don't have Judkins, where Sampson and Ford then becomes the third down back, or the change it up back. And who knows? Maybe Ford has a year. He's playing for a bag. So there's that. Obviously we were thinking both rookies, but don't forget, man, Ford is motivated, and he's pretty good at Call of Duty. And I was watching him play college football last night too. So he had Akron, and they were playing Texas. But the person he was playing, not the strongest college football player, and he was annihilating him. It was like 28-7. But it was Akron, and they were playing Texas. So, but Jerome Ford, he could really save us in this situation. It could be Sampson and Ford if we don't have Judkins available to us. All right, Graham's 7914. This is what I teased at the top. He says, my comment about 30 being too old. Remember we talked about wide receivers, Juwan Jennings, 28 years old, and I said, this reminds me of Njoku because he's too close to 30. You're not going to give him a bag, and you don't want to get him. You're not going to give him a long-term deal. Anyway, he says, my comment on 32 old and too expensive is just symptomatic of corporate America. Dump experience, knowledge, skilled performance, replace it with younger and cheaper. Just throw the savings to the bottom line for owners. That's all the owners do. So forget about winning games or consumer/fan support. No. The thing is, yes, are there outliers? Are there wide receivers and even running backs who beyond 30 balled out? Yes. Jerry Rice, Randy Moss. Derrick Henry I think this is the year Derrick Henry gets hurt. I think this is the year it all comes crashing down. I love Derrick Henry. I'm not wishing Will ill on him. I'm just saying he might twist an ankle. But that guy, he is a freak of nature. He's over 30, well over 30, So yes, are there? Yes, there are. But look at it. Even in fantasy football, like that 30-year mark, for some reason, man, it is like the unwritten rule. You hit 30 and you kind of go down the tubes. It's just the way it is. It's like an unwritten football rule. I don't know. I'm sorry, Grams, but great take. But football rules are football rules. Now, this might be the first ever viewer comment that has intertwined two other comments, including one of mine. So stick with me here. It starts with Neil Robinson, who says, I want Keenan Allen. I said, I want Keenan Allen too. I remember we've been talking about him for weeks and weeks. I would love to see Keenan Allen, but again, we're getting to why he won't be here. Then RJ 3097 says, Browns need him, and I think he was referring to Juwan Jennings and Gabe Davis. And I said, RJ, it all comes down to money, but because of Watson, we don't have it. So that's why we're not going to get Keenan Allen. That's why we're not going to go after a Juwan Jennings. That's why we're not going to sign Gabe Davis, because they're going to want to bet. The other reason is I think the Browns think they don't need him because they got Tillman and Judy and now Harold Fannin and Jamari Thrash and Deontay Johnson. I think they think they're in better shape, and I think the better quarterback play is going to show you how good these wide receivers are. So combine all that, I don't think we're getting none of it, but mostly because of Watson, we don't have the money. And then down there and RJ responded at the end and said, that's so true. Hopefully these rookie quarterbacks work out and will save the Browns lots of money. That is, remember the emoji? That's the emoji. That is exactly what we need. We need rookie quarterback to take the reins, Shedeur, and never look back. And that would solve so many problems on so many levels for this team. RJ, you are absolutely right. All right, that's going to do it for today's show. Don't forget, there's the QR code. So I was on Helmet Watch all day yesterday. I was like, you ever see Anchorman when they're on Panda Watch? That was me yesterday. I was on Helmet Watch. I just kept waiting. I'm like, get me that helmet. And it never came. So we'll have to wait until next week to see if the helmet is brown, if it's white, if it's got stripes. It's going to be big news. It's going to be a big deal, folks, when it happens. But everybody thought it was coming yesterday. Didn't come. But it will be coming soon. All right, that'll do it. Go Browns. We'll see you next time.